Hello, welcome back. I'm Jeff Byers, and I'll take you through the how to create booleans and drilling out the actual doorways. So let's go ahead and click on our cube, our BSP. Right click over our cube, and we're just going to have to guesstimate here. In the book, it really didn't talk about how to um, hollow these out, what size you should use. So now I know that we can't go any smaller than 96 units, so we kind of have to I tend to like a little bit bigger doors, so let's do something like 180 on here, and we want it to be pretty wide, so let's keep that at 200, then 180, or excuse me, 200 on this one too, and then 180 on that. There you go. That'll be the height. So let's take a look at how that looks compared to the rest of the object. So let's go into the side view. This is a better way to look at it and experiment. So we got the height of the hallways here. We got some headroom here, so we might be able to go 200 on this. Whoops. There we go. And let's change the grid size, snap size to something like 2, so we can get that nice and finely tuned here and centered. And there we go. That looks good. Well, actually, we don't want it hollow, so now we need to move it up, and we want it to fit exactly right on top, because we're going to be booleaning, subtracting this space here. We could probably go a little taller too if we wanted to. Let's do 256 on the height. Give us some headroom there in the hallway, or for the doorway. That'll work pretty good, I think. So I ended up with 200, 200, 256, wall thickness of 8, which doesn't come into play, especially when we have the hollow out. So now we're going to go to the top view, close this, and now from the top view we can go ahead and set up a drill. Okay, so you can see how it's going to actually affect this. I'm going to get that centered as best I can, and then I'm going to turn this back to a 128 grid size once I get that centered, and see how that works. So from the side view, it's all set up, and it's just going to subtract a hole. It's going to cut a hole in there between the two. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract it. There we go. And when I move it, you can see that I can just go through every one of these and subtract. And subtract, since it's a cube, it puts it right where I want it. And I can go up. And that's what I love about this grid snap. Just don't have to think about it too much. Oh, maybe have to think about it a little bit here. That didn't work too good for us, but that's not too bad. So let's go in here and fine tune it. Put it on 2. And just get it fine tuned, get a little closer. And fine tune that little guy. There we go. Just kind of eyeball it. Maybe 2 is a little bit too low. Let's go to 4, maybe. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then we'll go back to, let's see, whoops. Back to 128. There we go. And hit subtract, and move that in between, then subtract, subtract. Or you can, do the Control S if you want to. There, that subtracts it. Let's go to this one right here. Let's get a little closer. Subtract, Control S. There we go. And just do one right in here. Control S. There we go. So now we've got these pieces here, these pieces here. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to let's move this guy out of the way. That's your fog. Click on this guy right here and hold the Alt key down while you move it, and we'll bring it down here. There we go. And make sure that's centered pretty good. Okay. And I can go ahead and duplicate this to Boolean or cutout for each one of these, and move it where I need to. There we go. I'll do the same thing for over here. Click on this guy. It doesn't take too long. Move it over here. Take this guy right here. Hold down the Alt key. Move it over here. And let's keep doing it. There we go. And then we got to make one right here and right here. So let's go ahead and click on this guy right here. Hold down the Alt key and move it into place. It might not fit just perfect. So again, we're going to go into, let's say 4. Zoom in a little bit. And get that centered. There we go. Zoom out. And let's go into 128. There we go. There we go. And let's hold the Alt key down. And then hold the Alt key down. Move it over. Hold the Alt key down. There we go. So now we're all set. All we need to do now is go into the perspective, and let's go ahead and build our geometry. There we go. Now, to see if this actually worked, let's go into perspective and see if everything worked out okay. And look at that. Looks pretty good. And let's go ahead and save this now. So file, save as, and let's call it exercise 01 A. You probably want to put your name in the front of it. Okay, and then save it. Okay. So that basically is that, and everything looks really good. And let's go ahead and do a play from here. Okay. And let's play it. See if everything looks good. Okay. Looks like everything worked. Looks like we didn't get a couple of doorways in. Or one of them didn't work. This one across there, so I'm going to hit the escape key and see what's going on. I'm going to go into the top view, and sure enough, I did forget in here to duplicate this one. So I'm going to hold the Alt key and slide it up, and all I need to do is build geometry. There we go. And just a tip that once you can build geometry, get your geometry all BSP'd out, and Then start adding your lights. And when you start actually rendering lights, that's when things kind of go slow. So I tend to like to do my lighting. It doesn't matter when you do it. You can do it now. You can do it after you get your textures done. It really doesn't matter. It's going to take the same amount of time. But anyway, here's your finished interior level as far as BSP layout. And we'll start adding textures in the next lesson.